Good evening, everybody. It's the Happy Highlander with an English accent that's genuine. Even though I wish I still had my Scottish accent. I did try and explain, but I've upset one or two. I'm just doing a wee video this evening just to let you see what evening van life's like. It's quite a flat grey sky tonight, which is a shame, because last night you could see the Milky Way in its full glory. I sat in the wee chair last night and just enjoyed it. But look, there's the tank. Look how homely that looks, doesn't it? And it looks really warm inside, and guess what? It is. I've got the fire lit. You might just be able to see smoke coming out of the chimney. Hi. I'm back in the same spot I was in last night. It's a really lovely spot. It's very close to the village. When friends drive by, up and down the lane, they'll often pop in and have a blather and that, which is nice. But, of course, I get these views. This is what we call the gloaming. I'll tell you a funny story. So that night, we had that big storm. I don't know how you lot got on with it, but we had it bad. And where had I been? Oh, I think I'd been up working away. Or was I coming back from... Anyway, I can't remember where I'd been. But anyway, I came here to park up. And the place was clear. I got the spot to myself. Happy days. Got myself parked up right there. Happy days, lovely. I know I've been working hard because I couldn't wait to crack open a can of beer. Anyway, I opened this can of beer, rolled myself a cigarette, got my wee tablet ready to rock and roll so I could pick out a daft movie. Oh, and I sat there and the wind, it was that strong. I was rocking about like this. I was giving it this, right? You know, everything was clunking and everything, and the whole bloody thing was rocking and squeaking and rattling. So I had to shift. That was it. I just had to shift. So I quickly packed everything away so it wouldn't fall over, everything I'd just taken out, and packed it away. And I went way up the loch side. I went way up there. You probably can't see, but I went up there somewhere. Aye. And it's a smashing wee spot. It's the first big lay-by on the right-hand side. Anyway, got myself tucked in. I made sure I wasn't under trees, but I was surrounded by trees, and it's really smashing because it's a big pocky up bit, but only enough room for one again, so you get left alone, and you literally 20 yards, and you're on the beach, nice stony beach, and there's places where people have had campfires and things like that. I didn't have a campfire outside, but anyway, it's a smashing spot. So here's the funny bit. So I'd been and got some cash. I owed my pal some cash for a bit of work he'd done for me. So I got him this cash, you see, and it'd been in the tank for a week. My pal's cash. Anyway, so that morning I got up, I'd lit the fire and everything, got my breakfast on, happy days. And I opened both, in the mornings I opened that back door, and I opened both front doors, just let the air blow through, freshen the place up, because it's a small space, and I've been sleeping in there, and every now and again I break wind. Yeah. Anyway, so I had it all warm, you see. So I've gone out the front, walked into the bushes up there to have a wee. And I looked down, I seen a tenner. I went, oh, you dancer. I found a tenner. And I looked at the tenner and went, oh, you bastard. I ran back to the bus, and the cash that I'd put on the dash, most of it had blown away. And I found that tenner, and then I found another £20. So there you go. That's funny, isn't it? Yeah. The silver lining is somebody tried to put in my head is that, oh, Frank, you must try and remember. You know you are, don't you, Mandy? Well, maybe somebody else who really, really needed it got it. I really needed it to be your husband. Anyway, so here we go, look. This is, come on, we'll start again. I'll take you in this way. If I flip you around, I might be able to see what you can see. Can I? Aha. So there's this, look, I mean, there's so much work to do. But it's just really cool because I could actually live in this full time as it is. Not sure about the freezing winter, I'd have to, look at that, but it's just everything you need. And everything you need is enough. So I've got it all really cosy, and I'm not joking. It's really, really toasty in here. I'm just making myself a wee pot of soup, nice thick soup, and then I'll let that thin down a bit, and I'll put a good dollop of beef lard through it. That'd be nice, eh? This is I'm going to use this. This was a big rug that somebody gave me, a cowskin rug. My friend Kathleen gave me that. So I mean, she gave it me knowing that I do leather work and things. So she gave it me as you know, like materials for work for a job, if you see. So she doesn't mind me cutting it. So anyway, I've cut it for that for now, and also I've put it on the wee table. It's nice, eh? Gives it a nice sort of rustic look. You know, I'll miss that dining set. Beautiful carved chairs. They're so comfortable to sit in. So that's that. So I'm just gonna sit in my chair, put my feet up on my stool, and watch a daft wee movie. I've got a cartoon movie for tonight, Asterix. I remember when I was a little boy, when I probably still had my Scottish accent. When I still had my Scottish accent, Mr. D. Oops. I used to get the Asterix comic books, and they were a book. They were like a hardback book back in the day. So I thought, okay, I'll watch that. That'll be fine, won't it? So anyway, there you go. My bed's ready to rock and roll. It's all comfy. Got lovely views. Got my dinner on. I've got a wee can of lager. So that's me, all snug. If you're thinking about living in a bus, living in a van, being free, I couldn't recommend it enough. Right, so I've not made a video for, I think it's 6 months since I made a video. Because of all the eviction, I've been through court and all this carry on. It's been a nightmare. It's made me ill. And also one of the reasons I didn't do the videos, I tried to explain, I tried to be honest. When I first started the YouTube channel, it was a faceless channel. I used the AI. Excuse me. And I was just doing videos about Scotland using the AI. Scotland is awesome. Scottish poetry, Scottish invention, Scottish architecture, etc., etc. But then, when I got the eviction, I saw an opportunity, to be quite honest, I saw an opportunity to maybe make a bit of a passive income, because I knew I needed to generate a lot of money somehow to convert this bus. I know that people do make decent money on the YouTube. I'm a good friend of mine, all my friends know that I can speak my native tongue fluently whenever I want to. However, when I do that, after a wee while, I feel like I'm acting. So my friend said to me, you must use your Scottish accent, because you can't be called the Happy Highlander with a broad Lancashire accent. And I thought about it, and I thought, oh well, yeah. And then she said, fake it till you make it. I kind of sort of agreed, but at the same time, fake it. But like I said in that YouTube show, when I first tried to explain myself, I didn't know you lot when I set out to do this fake it till you make it thing. That never really sat right with me. I didn't know you lot, right? I didn't know you from Adam or Eve, so of course I didn't care. But then as time went by, like I said in that YouTube show, as time went by, I started to feel like I was cheating on new friends. You're only digital friends, the chances are of us meeting are slim. But you were there, you were supportive, you helped me, you gave me advice, and you were there, you filled the gap, and it you brought me to tears. You'll see in a couple of my past videos. It actually did bring me to tears, the joy. And then after a while, I did honestly start to feel like I was cheating. Like I was cheating on you guys who had been supporting me and lifting me up. And that's one of the reasons I was going to stop the YouTube channel altogether, because I thought, like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore because I'm going to bump into somebody one day, because everyone knows where I am. And it's a popular spot, and there's other van lifers who've got YouTube channels and people who watch this kind of stuff that visit this area. So of course, it happened one day. I was parked in the bus, just down there at the car park bit for the monument. I was on my way back to Bridge Cottage, and a fella and his missus came up, and we were chatting away for a couple of minutes, and then he recognised me as the Happy Highlander. And of course, then what do you do? What do you do? You suddenly start talking Scottish. And I do slip into my native tongue now and again. And sometimes I say phrases in my native tongue, just because it is what it is. Now, I started off speaking Scottish, raised in Glasgow, and I left Glasgow for Englandshire when I was 4. And of course, I had to speak English. You end up speaking, especially when you're away, you end up speaking like your peers. When in Rome, I act as a Roman. But of course, I've been home for 10 years now, surrounded by people with my native tongue. When I think Scottish, my accent's Scottish in my head. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So I've always been betwixt and between with this. You know, so I hope somebody sent me a really negative comment. And I kind of sort of expected it. So I thought, well, maybe a better explanation might help, you see. Somebody suggested, the same person suggested that I'm a faker and I'm doing it for views. That last video got, at that point, I think it had about 28 views. I think you need to get 100,000 views before you earn a penny off the YouTube. Now, I've not earned a single bean off the YouTube. Maybe I will in the future. You never know. But if I'm going to progress, I'm only going to progress with the truth. And that fake it till you make it bollocks never sat right with me in the first place. So that's why I'm being honest with everybody. I'll just delete the whole channel and I'll start a new one. I'll call it Frank, Hank and the Tank. I've got Frank and I've got the Tank, but I just don't have the Hank yet. That's going to be my wee dog. See, my wee dog. Said that Scottish, didn't I? Keep slapping up. So I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for extra views. The whole YouTube experience has cost me hundreds of pounds. Because when I started with the AI and all that carry on, I had to buy all that. It's not cheap. And I did the subscription and I kept it rolling and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not into all the technology. I'm having to get there now because I'm living this way, but I never had a mobile phone for 6 years, at least 6 years. I didn't have a mobile phone. So I got this mobile phone because it's got a smashing camera, so I can do the YouTube channels. You see? So there you go. I hope that explains it. Please forgive me, because forgiveness sets you free. That's a fact. I'm going to preach to you now. You see how in the Bible when it says forgiveness sets you free? It sets you free from giving a shit, you see. So you can be all twisted up in knots about somebody that's done you an injustice, when they can be out partying with the pals. So you're sat there not enjoying your evening, but they're out enjoying their evening because you can't let them get out of your head. And you're letting them live in your head rent free. So when you forgive them, it sets you free. They've still got to deal with God and whatever transgression they've committed against you. So forgiveness sets you free. So please forgive me. Anyway, like I say, I really recommend this life if anybody fancies doing it. I've just cracked all this together with some old furniture that I've only saved because I'm going to bastardise it all and use these drawers and some of the panels and things for when I actually make my permanent furniture. Like some of them drawers will get used underneath the bed and one thing and another. But yeah, you can make it good in no time. Anyway, there you go. An evening in the bus. An evening of bus life. And a lovely dinner to get. And a wee can of lager to wash it down. La la. Lovely. Don't mind if I do. God bless each and every one of you.